So we are getting ready to read our second half of The Worm by Elise Gravel. So make sure you get those learning voices, those teaching voices ready, and your worm voice ready, whatever that is. And we're gonna start. We're gonna start by rereading the last page we read yesterday. And I know that we remember this big word which was photoreceptors. So we're gonna reread these pages, and then we'll continue through the end of the book. All right, here we go. Let's go. We're reading together. Ready? Earthworms have no eyes, but they can sense light with something called photoreceptors, sensors in the worm's skin that react to light. No eyes? That can't be true. I'm sure I had some eyes around here somewhere. Let me look. All right, now we're going to turn and we're going to learn about something new. Earthworms move by squeezing their muscles, causing their bodies to contract and expand. What does that mean? Contract and expand. Well, let's look at this little picture. I see one, the worm is all short, and then two, it's really long, and then it's three, it's short again, and then four, it's really long. So I guess what it means is that the muscles go together and then they get bigger, and they go together and they get bigger, and that's how they move. All right, ready? Feel these. Hey, I want us to pause and review. Remember when we learned about that weird thing? It was like a muscle in a tube. Let's go back and see if we can find the muscle tube thing that we didn't really know about from yesterday. Here it is. An earthworm is basically a long digestive tract inside a muscle tube. So this page is talking about their muscles. This page must be talking about that muscle tube. And that's, I guess, for how it moves. Okay, so we know that now. Let's read our next page. Earthworms eat rotting plants and enrich the soil by making paths that let air and water. Let's look. So it kind of looks like the word circle. Like, not quite, but I see this beginning as like circulate. Let's change the vowel sound. Circulate. Circulate. So let's reread this again, starting here. Earthworms eat rotting plants and enrich the soil by making paths that let air and water circulate in it. We got to be a plant voice. Thank you, kind sir. You're welcome, madam. It's good for nature. So let's think. The last page we learned about the muscle. And on this page, we're learning about, like, kind of what earthworms eat. I wonder if that has anything to do with that digestive tract thing. Still, we should keep that in mind. Many kinds of worms are... Look at that big, huge word. All right, let's see. I see the word her. Do you see the word her? I see her. And I know the PH makes a... and that's rod. And then at the end, I see there's a sneaky E with an S, so that would be ites. So that's dites. So let's try to sound it out. Hermaphrodites. What in the world does that mean? Let's read and see if we can remember. We can figure it out. Excuse me. Many kinds of worms are hermaphrodites, which means they have both male and female. Well, there's another big word. I know product, like in math. Reproductive organs. So let's read that sentence once more now that we've learned, okay, what that word is. Many kinds of worms are hermaphrodites, which means they have both male and female reproductive organs. In other words, ooh, I'm glad they're going to tell us. An earthworm is a boy and a girl at the same time. Pause. Hey, they're like a slug. Remember? So let's go back and reread. In other words, an earthworm is a boy and a girl at the same time. They still need a partner to reproduce, though. You look ravishing today, dear. That's kind of funny because it's a boy and a girl. The earthworm. Oh, here we go. Earthworms might seem pretty gross, but they're very useful. They recycle nature's waste and help turn it into soil. Farmers and gardeners love earthworms. He's whistling. So if you can't whistle, you can make a little humming noise. So they help gardeners. Now remember, we learned that gardeners did not like slugs. Here we go. Fishermen use earthworms to catch fish, and some people will even eat them. And some people even eat them and find them delicious. Oh, look, he looks really worried in his face. So when we read this, we've got to read really, really worried, right? Because he's got little sweat beads coming up off of his earthworm head. What? Delicious? No, no, no. I'm disgusting. I'm disgusting. But wait, earlier, remember, he was really upset because we called him disgusting. Do you guys remember that? Somewhere we called him disgusting. Oh, and he said, I am not disgusting. And now he's saying he is disgusting. I wonder why that is. So next time you meet an earthworm, be polite. Worms are your friends. Hey, want to play football? Do you think that kid wants to play football? I don't know. He doesn't look too sure. Oh, and that's the end. So I want us to pause, and I want you to think just today. You don't have to retell the whole book. What did we learn today about earthworms? All right. Did you pause? Pause the video if you need to. Did you pause? All right. Let's go back over what we learned. I'm going to go back. Oops, that's a little too far back. Well, first of all, we learned that they move by squeezing their muscles, and they eat rotten plants and stuff and help the soil, which is why gardeners like them so much. They're really good for the environment. And we learned that just like slugs, earthworms are both male and female. And that's pretty much it. That's what we learned today. We didn't really learn necessarily. We didn't learn what the word digestive tract meant. So I'm going to tell you that I looked it up yesterday. And a digestive tract, digestion means to digest or break down like food, things that you eat. And a tract is just like a long kind of tube. It's like the way. For an earthworm, it's like the thing that the food goes through. And for us too, when we say digestive tract, we're thinking like the path that our food goes through. So for an earthworm, this red part is the digestive tract. That just means that it's what it uses to digest or process its food. And its food, again, is rotting plants. So this part kind of does tell us a little bit about the earthworm's digestion, like what it eats. So that's what digestive tract meant. All right. Tomorrow we will start by rereading it, and we should be a little bit more fluent. We'll reread the first half, and we'll think about some other things. And when we read the first half, I'm going to ask you guys to help me think of headings and like what each section is about. Remember, like, is this section about this, or is this section about that? So we've got to think of some headings. So really be ready for that. If you want to put some today in the comments on our Class Dojo story, you can, and we'll bring those up tomorrow. I'll bring those up tomorrow. Ideas for headings in the Worm book. All right, guys, have a great day.